Hello, everyone. Welcome to these exclusive classes on editorial articles discussion in the Hindu paper. On June 23rd, on page 6, we can see 4 articles on anti racism fight, India, Nepal, India, China tensions, COVID 19 situation in India, and lone wolf threat. Now, in the past few weeks, there has been high discussion on India China standoff. On June 15th, near the Galwan Valley, the Chinese troops aggressively attacked Indian soldiers and 20 Indian soldiers were dead. Now, the reason why this happens is since 1962 India-China war, there is a land dispute between India and China. China claims part of Arunachal Pradesh, part of Sikkim, part of Eastern Ladakh, all of this. And so there is a line that is demarcated known as line of actual control. But this line is not clearly defined, and an added challenge to this is some of this line falls on water, which is Pangong Tso Lake in eastern Ladakh. It's a brackish water lake. Now, if you see this lake in the diagram, the northern bank of this lake has these barren mountains called Changchimo. It forms part of the Karakoram ranges and it juts forward in these major spurs known as fingers. Now, up to finger 4, India has a hold, it patrols it regularly, and the rest of it belongs to China. And China patrols the entire area on land in the light movement vehicles. Now, sometimes when they patrol on the same days, there is a situation of standoff. So, for us geographically, location of the Galwan Valley, Nakula in Sikkim, Pangong Tso in eastern Ladakh, Chushchul Valley, Daulat Beg Oldi, Siachen Glacier. These are important locations and trying to understand the India-China dispute. And recently we found out that as of June 2nd week, China was diverting the Himalayan rivers by sending bulldozers and heavy machinery. Again, trying to launch an aggressive attack and trying to take like a revenge on the Indian counterparts. Okay. So let's now come to India-Nepal dispute. Now, India-Nepal also share borders in the Terai region and in the upper region. Now, after the Anglo-Nepalese War in 1814 and 16, Treaty of Sugauli was signed, in which it said that the western border of Nepal would be Mahakali River, and the eastern border of Nepal would be the Mechi River. Now, the problem arises because Nepal and India claim that there are multiple sources of River Kali. So, where do we mark the border? And Nepal says the source of River Kali is Limpiadura. So, according to this, if we take the western part of the bank of river and being the source Limpiadura, all the regions towards its eastern side forms part of Nepal, including Kalapani and Lepule Pass, all of this. And India says, no, this is not the source of River Kali, and Kalapani belongs to India. And it started showing Kalapani as part of Uttarakhand in its political map. And it also built a road in Lepule Pass that connected this Manasarovar Yatra route to Mount Kailash. Now, this annoyed Nepal, and it's trying to argue that this is not the right way of deciding the border dispute. So, one of the solution to this is to solve it bilaterally, or they can approach International Court of Justice for a third party peaceful arbitration and negotiation. Because when the dispute happened between Nigeria and Chad, two countries in Africa, on the sharing of river of the lake Chad, it was solved very peacefully, and even today the process is very peacefully implemented. So that is one of the situation. Well, the author in the Hindu article is a former UN diplomat, and he argues that having a white paper with all the details is a much better solution to this. Please refer to all these images again so you'll understand what the explanation is much better. The third article focuses on anti-racism. We know that a police officer in Minnesota killed an African American George Floyd by something known as a choke hold, that is standing on the neck, kneeling down on the neck for about 7 minutes. The man said, "I can't breathe," but the police officer was insensitive towards it. So the popular protests that happened in US for over a week, even during COVID-19 lockdown, was that there is this racial discrimination and hatred towards Black people, African Americans. So it calls for a major police reform, and it brought again those days where Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964 and Black Lives Matter movement became very popular. And finally, the lone wolf attack incident that happened in UK. Now, why is this important? Is because you never know when these lone wolf attack happens. A random person out of nowhere, he can bring explosives and suddenly detonate the bomb, or he may open firearms, or he may also start. What happened in UK was the man came out with a knife and he started stabbing people. Now, what is special about this incident is UK government called it as a terror attack for the first time. The reason is because in 2015 and 16, the Islamic State urged that its supporters should launch these lone wolf attack in Western countries and cities because their foothold was reducing in Syria and Iraq. They gave out these messages. And so, one of the important measures that we can take to stop these lone wolf attacks is trying to de-radicalize the youth. Because of these ideological beliefs, there's a lot of radicalization and these attacks on innocent civilians. So one of the measures is to launch this collective awareness and support systems to de-radicalize the youth. So that ends the editorial articles for today. Please subscribe to our channel, and if there are any questions and feedback, please let us know. Thank you.